Hey guys, Bree here. So we are going to take this fun design and put it on this white pillowcase here and see how it comes out. So fun thing about this is it's a whole kit, comes to your door every month, and it's only 25 bucks. The cost, and that includes free shipping. The cost of these kits usually are $35 to $45. It comes with 3 colors here. So I will show you how you can use these. These are ink, so ink is permanent. And that is why we're going to put it on the pillowcase. So aside from what comes in your monthly kit, if you are brand new to it, they will also send you a mini squeegee. Mine's dirty, I just need to clean it. They will also send you a mini squeegee in this so you can apply it. So you don't have to worry about getting that. With ink though, the only thing that you need extra is going to be a heat press, or you can use an iron. And I do recommend parchment paper, okay? And probably like a little cardboard. I'm gonna use an ink mat in between, so it's up to you on what you wanna get. But I will put an ink mat in between. I will kind of see how thin it is, but I do recommend putting something inside. Like if you have an extra Cricut mat that you don't use that much and you don't mind it getting a little dirty, you can use that or cut it up to fit inside of this pillowcase, okay? So, again, everything comes in the kit. The only thing extra you would really need is something to put inside the pillow and a heat press or an iron. All right, and if you want more information, feel free. Oh, that's me talking. Sorry. Comment club, and I will send you that info. All right. Let me send this on over. I have sent it. Hello, everybody. Hi, Carmela, Charlotta, Angel, Sonia, Lorraine, Julie. Yes, Sonia, I just sent it. Sherry is on as well. Okay, so here is our cute little pillowcase, y'all. I think this is adorable. It's a 9x9 pillowcase. We normally have the bigger sizes, which is an 18 by 18 or a, what is that other one? The other one is like a, I don't know what the size of the other one is. It might be about half. It might be like a 9 by 18 or a 6 by 18, something like that. It's a little bit smaller, but it's a lumbar pillowcase. So I want to say it might be like 6 by 18. Okay, so let me tell you on for my ink mat here, okay, I actually took, we have 2 sizes in ink mats. We have an 11 by 23 and then we have an 18 by 18. Y'all, this is the 18 by 18. I cut it directly in half, and again, so I cut it into quarters, and here we go. That's what I did, and it's gonna fit perfectly in here. Just kind of fold it up a little bit like a taco. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Terry. You got your monthly transfers today? Oh, wow. How did that happen? Okay. We're going to press that down. Now, the reason we put that inside is just so if this material is a little too thin and it bleeds into the inside, we don't want it to bleed from one side to the back side. So we're just gonna put a barrier there to catch any ink that might potentially bleed through to the back. All right? So I don't have to zip that up. I don't know why I'm zipping up. But be sure to apply your design however you wish based on the zipper. So if you want the zipper on the bottom when it is sitting, let's make sure that the zipper is on the bottom side when you go to apply your design. Okay. All right. Oops, let's go on this side though. So first thing, we're going to grab our design. You're under tornado watch. We were until 6 o'clock today. But that's when I started my fitness class that I have on Wednesday. So we were fine. we were good. So that's, they said we had tornado watch, but honestly, I think it just kind of skipped right over us. So I am thankful for that. All right, I'm going to scoot this up a little bit because I know once I stuff it there on the bottom, I feel like, oh, let me make sure I'm not too crooked though. I think that looks fine. Okay, so I am just going to run my fingers over all of the green part to make sure that it is sitting down on our pillow here and not going to bleed through. So again, pillowcase, we applied the transfer right on top, okay? Now we are going to take our black ink. So what I like to do is I like to push it, actually push it the other way. Push it into the colored area, all right? Push it into the colored area there. You're gonna take a little bit of some scissors here. We're gonna cut a little corner, okay? Now, you have two options. You can get like a little paper plate, or you can get a little color tray. If you have a color tray, looks like I am out of clean color trays at the moment. You know, I have a ton of color trays, but they're all dirty. Let's see. This one's not too bad on the side. I'll just use that. It'll be fine. So you can squeeze some out. I just like to take a little bit out. Squeeze it here. Okay. Or if you're brave, you can squeeze it directly onto your design. But what I recommend doing is putting it on a green area, not directly onto like the silk screen part, but on that little green area there. Okay. Do you see what I mean? So there's nothing, no silk screen there. Everything in white is silk screen. Okay. That is where we're going to push this on through. Now, roll up your sleeves. If you don't want to get your clothes dirty, I suggest changing clothes or adding an apron over if you are dealing with ink. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna start up here in this corner and I'm gonna take my squeegee. I like to put my thumb on that little circle there and then just kind of like you're buttering toast here. We're just gonna pull. We're just gonna pull straight down. And when we're working with ink, I definitely like to continue in one direction as long as I can go. Now, whenever you go to pull it, you kind of want, you don't want to smear it and then just like smear the whole thing. I like to put it on here. You can see the difference there and scrape that excess up. Okay. So as I lay it down, I come back and I scrape up that excess. So again, I'm covering right now, right? We're just covering like that. And then I'm going to come back in here and I'm gonna grab all that excess there and then use it again down here. So see, we actually didn't even need that much that I squeezed out. I probably squeezed out about half a packet total between that and my ink that is on this pillowcase already. All right, so I am just making it work all the way down. So now I am kind of out, so I'm gonna grab a little bit here. Now, notice when I get down to the bottom, I might have to change directions, which is gonna be okay, but you just wanna be careful when you start to change directions. If you need to change and go complete opposite, so like you were going up to down and you need to go left to right, that's fine, but I just want you to be sure that it looks like everything is still in its place and has not moved around on you, and that it is still sticking very well to your surface, okay? Because this is where bleeding can come in, is if your transfer lifts up, okay? So we are finished, and I'm gonna put the excess right back on here. We can use this for another project if we use it right away, but that's also why I don't recommend squeezing out too much at a time. Again, this plus what was on here is about half of this bag. I still have half of it in here. You can see it's still full down here. Okay, so start with like a quarter of the bag and then add more if you feel like you need it, okay? All right, so we're gonna begin pulling this up. I know like this might seem a little bit longer, like, oh my goodness, that takes too long. Honestly, y'all, it doesn't take long at all. It's just sometimes hard to go through all of the explanations, and I just wanna make sure you get the tips and the tricks between so you have a good process, right? So we're going to begin pulling this up. Now, we don't want to pull it all the way up at one time. We do want to kind of check as we pull it up if we need to go back over and make any minor adjustments. All right, so I'm going to just begin pulling here. All right, so far everything looks good. I'm gonna start to pull from the middle. Again, when you're pulling this, make sure there is nothing on your fingers, because the moment you put your finger down like this and you have black ink, it's gonna smudge right where you put your finger down, okay? So make sure your fingers are clean. Hold it down. And let's begin pulling up this way. Again, so far so good. Now we're getting up here to the very top. I'm gonna try and do one side all the way until I get to the corner and it looks good. I can pull it completely up, okay? Now, it is important that you want to wash this right away. I find that washing it right away is the easiest way for you to, like for the longevity of your design, okay? So I'm gonna attempt to move my camera right here so you can see, oh, I have, oops. That's the stuffing for our bag. So I just have a little mat right here. This is just like a dish mat. You can use a bath towel or like an old bath towel you're no longer going to use because it will become very dirty. I spray it with water, or you're more than welcome to take it directly to the sink and wash it in the sink. I like to use what's called a board eraser, just makes my life easier. You can also add that to your cart if you need it. So ink mat and board erasers, those things make your life easier, but they are not absolutely needed. Well, I kind of feel like the board eraser is absolutely needed, but I just feel like it is the easiest thing to clean your transfers with. Oh, you'll hear Grayson again. He just had his shower. I think he's trying to get in here. All right, we washed it front and back. So now I'm just gonna dry it off with a little napkin just so I can get it cleaned, like right at this moment, okay? All right, we are drying it off again with a napkin. It is already sticky again, so don't leave that napkin on there too long, okay? And then we are going to place our backer sheet back on here. The yellow will be the very back side. The white part is what adheres to the back of the adhesive, okay? And then I do try and wipe down the front part as well in case there is any kind of water still on there. All right, and let's put it back in here. Let's put it back in here. Okay, and so now it is good to go. You can reuse it again whenever, however, if you want to do like tea towels with it, if you want to do, you know, some like wood projects, you can do whatever you'd like with it, okay? Remember, ink though is what goes on like your textiles, your t-shirts, tea towels, pillowcases. That does need to be heat set. Okay, and that is what comes in your kit if you grab that monthly kit, okay? Comes with ink. So I need this to dry. I also need to wipe my fingers off because I see that I still have a little bit of black on there from cleaning my transfer. So let's clean that. I'm gonna check real quick on our comments here for those who are joining us live. Let's see. Oh, you got your Club Monday. Ooh. Let's see. Yes, everybody stay safe, y'all. Don't worry, for me to cut out. Oh yeah, I have some fun stuff coming for this design as well. So I'm pretty excited. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. That's a good alternative. Charlene, just text her. I'm sure she would understand. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna dry this a little bit. And I'm thinking of, we could watercolor and paint in the background if we wanted to do that. Hi. Hello. Hi. What? What? Here, let me see. Is your nose running? Oh, from crying, huh? No, no crying. What? Oh. Okay. Say hi. No, you can't paint right now. You wanna help me dry it? Dry it. The doggy. See Snoopy? Lucy. Linus. I think that's Linus. Is that Linus?
Mommy.
Oh.
Puppy.
Puppy. Charlie Brown.
Puppy. Puppy.
Yeah. Who's on your shirt?
Rubble.
Rubble. Rubble. Huh. Who's on your shirt? Rubble. You're a escape artist? Huh. Who are you watching? Are you watching Gracie?
Yeah.
What is it?
Good.
Huh?
Auntie. Auntie. Auntie.
You can't paint.
I don't have anything in here.
Auntie.
No, no paint.
Auntie.
No paint. Say bye.
Bye.
Say see you later.
No.
Okay, say I love you. I love you. Say I love you.
Uncle. Yellow.
Love you.
Dada.
Oh, good job. Let's say. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay, let's turn on the heat press. Thank you, guys. Yes.
Go to the kitchen.
Okay, let's see. What temperature? Okay, my temperature is set to 300 on the heat press. If you do, if you do a an iron for it, you're gonna have to put it on like high, medium high. All right. So just to give you guys that heads up there. Okay. So what I'm going to attempt to do, though, is I want to watercolor in the background of a couple of these here. So I'm almost wondering, what do you guys think? Should we just do like blue and then yellow, or blue and then yellow? I guess I could go that way. Like 2 of them are blue, 2 of them are yellow, but we're only going to paint the background of it. Or do we just want to paint in the shirts? So the only thing with this particular project is you're only going to get 3 colors, okay? You can add on other colors, okay? There's like purple ink and coral ink. You can add those individual colors if you want more options, like white or things like that. You can definitely do that. I am just trying to think, okay, if I mix these two, obviously I'll get green, but the only thing you're missing is going to be red. So I'm almost wondering if we just do like 3 or 4 variations of blue, and we could create them with like the black. I just have to mix them. We could try it, right? The background, okay, we'll try it. Here we go. Let's see what colors we can create. All right, you can do it however you want. If you want to leave it just like this, then just leave it like that, you know? It's totally up to you. All right. So we've got a little bit of blue in there. Actually, I don't even need that much blue at all. I need to somehow get that back. I kind of pushed a little bit too much. Ah! Okay, I'll have to figure that out. Let me set that aside. I might have to put that on my other. Let's get a paintbrush here. All right. I'm gonna scoop this blue off onto another tray because I really don't need a lot of it at all. Okay, because we're probably gonna have to make it go darker as we go. So I don't want a whole lot. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this. I would say if you were to grab any color, grab some white. Grab some white, that would be useful, okay? White ink. White ink. Let me see if I have some white ink on hand, because I could just use that real quick. Let's see. There's a little bit in here. All right. I'm gonna grab some water. I'm gonna spray it. All right, and I'm gonna mix white, okay, with that cadet. So this is gonna be my first blue color here. Okay. All right, so I just added a little bit of white in there. So let's start here. All right, so we're gonna be doing watercoloring instead of just painting it all in. Now, when you do watercoloring, you do want to be careful as the ink will kind of spread since it is water-based, right? When it just grabs a hold of that fabric, it tends to just run. So I do my best to just go around, like around the faces, real light and careful. It's nice because it has a pretty thick black line around the characters though, so that's nice. I feel like if it did blend, it would kind of just blend straight into the black lines. Now I do feel also like this watercolor, my watercolor may come out looking more like crayons. Like somebody just painted the background with crayons. Just because I'm working a little bit more quickly than I typically would. Mainly because I am a little tired. Okay. Can you guys see that okay? Matches my sweatshirt. It sure does. I'm also not painting everything in the same direction, so I do think it looks a little bit more colored in, right, rather than it was painted fully. It looks more like watercolor. All right, can you see it? Right, and if you don't like that look where it's just kind of, you could go in and fill it in. Okay, you can make it look a little bit more uniform, fill in the gaps there, fill in some of that white splotchy area. But if you like the look, then I think it's great. Okay. All right, so there's our first one. So now let's take a little bit more blue. Okay, let's take a little bit more blue, add it in here. I need a little bit more blue than that. Okay, let's see. I might need a little more water though. To keep it thinned out. Let's see, sorry. Even when you water it down, yes, it does. But we do still need to heat set it, but it's still gonna be just fine. I've watered down paste before, even in the jar itself. I've watered down paste and it's still just fine when you go to heat set it. Sometimes whenever you do go to heat set it though, like whenever you have been using it, watering it down, the only thing I really do find is that it may need a little longer to dry. That's usually it though. Okay. But how many of you guys are Peanuts fans? Anybody, anybody? I know a few of you are. We are pretty much, I think, almost caught up with orders. I know we didn't really post too much the past couple of weeks just because we knew we were going on vacation. Plus, we knew we had to get craft boxes out and then also moving. But I hope you guys are ready for what is in store. I still can't tell you yet because it was not completely finished. I did have a meeting today, but the thing that I am doing, it's not quite updated just yet how I need it to be. So I'm hoping tomorrow it gets updated and I cannot wait to share with you. Just make sure you guys are in that broadcast channel so you get the info first. I will post it here on my page, but if you don't get the notifications from my page, at least if you join that broadcast channel, I will share the post over in the broadcast channel so that way you know it is there. And I will tell you, you won't want to miss it. It is going to be awesome. something I've been working on for quite a while. And it's finally time to have it come to life. All right, so you can definitely see the difference in the colors, right? The move is going well. It is going well. We are still working on getting situated though, like trying to get all of where, you know, where is the work stuff gonna go, things like that. So we've got to find somebody to come in and move the building. So that is currently what we are searching for. We've already got a quote from somebody to move the building, but I'm gonna try and get at least 1 or 2 more quotes, and then we might be able to get the building moved over by Friday or Saturday the latest. We already got the electricity there. It's ready to be hooked up. Just need the building there now. Excuse me. And that is the building for my craft studio. Right? So like our house is already there. Everything's set up. We got the Wi-Fi on. We have the electricity there at the house. All of that is good and ready. And we are working on a building for our workshop space, like for Robert and the cutouts, the lasers, things like that. We already had a building that was on the land that my dad had actually built into like an apartment style, like a 1-bedroom studio, back like shortly after the house fire. And it's still there. The only problem was we went through the fire, and then however many years later, we ended up going through Harvey, which went through the flood. So that house had been flooded like about 3 feet. So everything needs to be gutted, and that is what has been done while we were gone. And so now we just got to get in there and start seeing what all needs to be fixed, bringing somebody in to get it fixed, and then sheetrock, insulation. It already has electricity set up, ready to go. So however long it takes us to get that up and going, it's pretty much our last piece before we need to just fully move over. So, thank you. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more black. So that one was done, and now we're gonna do one more here, a little bit darker. Right, I think this turned out well. I like the blues, right? That's just, it really fits my, like everything that I do is pretty much a blue color. So this is looking a little on the gray side, but I'm totally okay with it. I can still see the little blue tint in it. Now the only thing I did earlier, which you don't even have to, but I did add white to that very first blue background. But if you don't have white, honestly, it's okay. Just use the original blue with water, and I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be okay. Right? No, we haven't even put our house up at all yet, because we've got to get everything cleaned and then get pictures of it, because it's like a war zone in here. Like, it is shipping central / kids were here for spring break / trying to move but not having anywhere to put anything / spring cleaning, and like you've been gone for vacation for a week. You know, that's what it's like over here. I'm trying to figure out, is this part his head? Or are we coloring this part? I think we color in this part. Trying to figure out which part is where his head actually starts and where it's just hair. Okay, I think that's probably okay. All right, well, how cute. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and heat set this. Normally I would say just let it dry overnight. Okay, just let it dry overnight. Then you can heat set it. But I'm gonna try and show you start to finish. So I'm gonna attempt to heat set it now while we're on. But it is a little bit wet on the inside, all right? I don't think you can really see it there, but I'm just gonna place a piece of paper in here so that way whenever we do heat press this, it doesn't bleed to the other side, all right? So that's why I would say just leave whatever's in there overnight, let it dry completely, so that way whenever you pull that out and you go to heat set it, you don't have to place another barrier in between it, okay? But in the event that you need to heat set it right away, I just put a piece of paper in there. You could put a napkin in there as well. That would work. Now, I need my heat pad. Oh, here it is. Heating pad and parchment paper here. All right, and then we've got our heat press. I do have it set to 300 degrees for 15 seconds. I want to do 15 seconds at a time, and I did lower it to 300 instead of like 350 because it is like a canvas material. So I really don't want it to burn, so just lower the heat a little bit. 300 to 50 should work. 15 seconds, and then I usually just try and do it twice. It's already good, to be honest with you. It is good. It's not like nothing is gonna come off. It's already dried in there now. That little bitty heat, that's all it took. But I am gonna do 15 more seconds real quick. Let's see. Yes. Ah, I ran it out for you guys. I wish. That would be awesome. You guys just come down here. All right. So I'm going to show you what I mean about bleeding when you color a little too close to the lines. Do you see my Snoopy? The lines were a little bit more thin on Snoopy and I got a little too close. All right. So that can happen, but just be careful not to get too close to the lines. Everybody else, I think I did pretty good. I think that second one, I added a little bit too much water and it just kind of bled a little bit more than normal, but it's all good. So then you can choose, like, do you want to put this kind of stuffing in it? Do you have a small, like 9x9 or an 8x8 sized pillow that you can just interchange, which I guess I can look for one. I looked for the other ones before, but for now, I will just stuff it with this stuff since that is what I have on hand. Okay, what color are my nails? Oh, I have no idea. I'm not sure. Yes, I'm glad to see the Hedwig is back in stock from Harry Potter, by the way. But moving out is not fun. Yes, I agree. Gonna put that transfer on it. Oh, good. Thank you. I know. I like the blues as well. Although I do think it would be cute to have like, you know, the blue, yellow, green, and red, kind of like an Andy Warhol type of, or like some bright colors in the background. I think that would be fun too. Y'all are so funny. Aww. Well, happy birthday to her whenever you do get a hold of her. Look how cute. Y'all, that's adorable. Then if you wanted to go in and actually color in their faces with, you know, like a neutral skin color and their shirts as well, I think that would be even cuter, right? So, I love it. What do you guys think? And then we have lots of ink left over, so you can use this for whatever you want. What I recommend when you are using any of these reusable packets, push everything back down, right, towards that. I squeeze off the end to make sure I don't get anything in there, and then I fold it down. Fold it down, get yourself a little safety clip, paper clip. You can put a paper clip there and you know it's ink and you know what color it is, and then just drop it in a Ziploc baggie. You can reuse them later. All right. Same thing, like I said, with all of them. I do think it's really important though to just kind of squeeze out that top part after you've pushed down the best you can, the most you can. Okay. The pillow is 9 by 9. Yes. It's a cute baby pillow. I personally love this size. I just think it is so cute. I think it is really cute. I know my kiddos love it. It's like perfect just to sit like right in the middle of your neck if you just need to prop your head up a little bit more. You know what I mean? I had a blue, oh, it's over here. I was like, I know I had the blue somewhere because I had too much. All right, I'm gonna have to squeeze out some of, I'm gonna hold this tight and I'm gonna pinch the rest of it down because I was squeezing out way too much blue earlier. Well, that worked. All right, so now I'm just gonna fold that down. All right, and voila. I have all 3 of our inks here. Again, I can reuse them, again, on textile. So you can do this on a t-shirt, tea towel, backpack, whatever you want, but you do want to heat set it, okay? If you don't heat set ink, it becomes a little tacky, all right? So feel free, comment club, C-L-U-B. I will send you the info. It comes with the pillowcase. It comes with the design itself, right, that you can reuse a bunch of times, like a bunch of times, 8 to 10 times. After that, it might start to lose the adhesiveness, but then it still is usable. You just may have to use some type of spray like a temporary adhesive on the back, or just tape it down and kind of hold it still when you apply your paste or ink, okay? For the faces, I would probably use Dune. I would probably use Dune, and if you have Camel in, is Camel in ink? Let me see if we have Camel in ink. We do have a bunch of inks on the website. You're more than welcome to check those out. You can check out the little packets too, if you just want a little sample of something. Okay, there is Dune. Dune looks like it's out of stock in a small packet. So I would go for espresso and white. Teeniest tiny bit of espresso and white until you get the color you want. If you do have Dune, you could also use Dune. and maybe a tad bit of espresso. And then if you feel like it's still not quite the color you'd like, I would probably test out that yellow Bumblebee. Add a little bit of that yellow in there and see if you can get the skin color that you're trying to get to. Is Club going to let members get extra pillows? We will see. Sometimes they don't let the pillow covers available or like the extra surfaces until halfway through the month or the next month. So that way they can make sure that there is enough to cover for everybody who wants to grab Club. Okay. Yeah, but there's no camel in ink. I didn't see it on the website, at least. Oh, well, I was also looking at packets. I was not looking at the jars. But if you're not going to wash it, you can use paste. But if you plan to wash it, I like to always use ink on the pillowcases just in case I ever need to wash it. So, yeah. Thank you. I could definitely make another one, right? There you go. Awesome. The sorting hat on his pillow. Oh, that's fun. I love that. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, you can do bark or espresso. So it'll be a little bit darker brown and then just add white or dune. If you don't have dune, then you could do white and like a little teeny tiny bit of yellow. That usually helps to get their skin color. So yeah, kind of like that dune. That dune has a little bit like of a creamier, like white with a hint of yellow. So, all right, you guys. Well, everybody stay safe out there, especially if you are going to be hit by the storms. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. Stay tuned. Make sure you join that broadcast channel. Comment Club down below. I will send you the information. This Club project is only available in the month of March. You cannot get it outside of March. It is an exclusive transfer. So if you are a lover of peanuts, make sure you jump in now. You also get some fun stuff from me, myself. So if you want to check out those personal promos that I have, Comment Club, I will send you the info. All right. Just click on promos, on March promos, and then look for Club info. Okay. So, all right, you guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. Take care. And thank you guys so much for hanging out. Ooh, so cute. All right, guys. Bye, y'all.